My name is Norm Prillaman. Live in Forest, Virginia, which is right outside of Lynchburg, Virginia, at the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains. For the last 28 years, I have been working in the practice that is now orthodontic arts. In 2001, a childhood friend of mine, Ricky Stern, wanted to come on and be an associate, and now we're partners that share the practice 50-50. I think what led people from the initial thoughts of could we have a group to, yes, let's go ahead and do this, was just the realization from our group that we're in an area of great need where we service our patient population. And what is lovely about the PepperPointe model is that they said we can help you increase the capacity of each practice to meet the goals for your community that you want to see met in a way that's not going to overburden your staff, and it's not going to overburden you as a doctor in terms of the hours you work. That growth need was certainly there, that we wanted to meet it, and that we could meet it if we just changed our thought processes. And the peace that comes with knowing that you have help, knowing that you have resources, knowing that you are equipped to handle the future, you can't overstate the feeling that gives you as a practitioner. I saw PepperPointe's model as a way to ensure that that care, which is really the basis of everything, is continued forward in the future. You know, I want our practice to be a gift that we give our community, and I think that's very difficult unless you are left in charge of what that gift is going to look like. My colleagues in the medical community and the pharmacy community, as I ask what their life is like after they are under the ownership of different entities, it is clear that their caring heart is still there. They're just not able to express it to their patients in ways that brings them joy. And I just didn't want a world where we couldn't be as involved in the community, that we were essentially almost incentivized to leave our practices. If we are paid at the level of an associate, but we have 30 years of experience in practice, to bring on another doctor that might be more affordable for the practice. And somewhere in that loop, the patient care is going to suffer. The attention to the staff is going to suffer. The desire might be there from the doctor, but unless that doctor has ownership, then that mission is not going to be fulfilled. Fortunately, the PepperPointe model is not an either-or model. You don't have to decide that that's what's important to you, but you have to give up another part and see your colleagues that are doing a more traditional DSO excel. I believe that PepperPointe's model is the model that allows you to have an and mentality. If you want this and that, that's achievable. You need to be bold in stepping out and saying, I'm going to do something different than maybe what the rest of the world has decided to do. But maybe the rest of the world just haven't had enough time to explore what the right move is. My daughter is thinking about going into dentistry. And I've put a lot of thought in what the future of dentistry, the future of orthodontics looks like. We've had a wonderful practice timeline. We've practiced in the golden age of orthodontics, but I'm really worried about the next generation and who we hand the ball to. Looking forward, I'm excited about that vision of growth for our area. And I'm excited that if my daughter does decide to come back to Central Virginia, or these young, bright minds that we've been mentoring in our practice come back to our area, that I can confidently say, your life in practice is going to look exactly like my life was in practice, but you're not going to have near the number of sleepless nights wondering what your future is going to look like.